Hello, welcome, but how about like this? Peace of God be upon you. So, how many of you are from the Christian background, just with the show of hand? Okay, but if your very first things he mentioned to them is the greeting of peace.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Apa kabar teman-teman sekalian? Baru-baru ini beredar sebuah video di media sosial, di mana di video tersebut menunjukkan 3 orang petugas polisi dan warga setempat yang berkunjung ke masjid untuk mencari tahu tentang Islam. Mungkin karena rasa penasaran yang sudah tak bisa dipendam, 3 orang petugas polisi tersebut memberanikan diri datang ke masjid untuk mempelajari tentang Islam. Oke, sebelum lanjut ke videonya, bagi teman-teman yang belum subscribe, jangan lupa subscribe dan nyalakan notifikasinya agar tidak ketinggalan informasi-informasi menarik dari channel ini. Kalau sudah, mari kita lanjut ke videonya.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I start in the name of God, the most beneficent and the most merciful, and welcome and greet each single one of you with the Islamic greeting of Assalamu alaikum. Do you guys know what that means? It means, yeah. Hello, welcome, but how about like this? Peace of God be upon you. So, how many of you are from the Christian background, just with the show of hand? Okay, but if your very first things he mentioned to them is the greeting of peace, the greeting of blessing. So that's how we greet when we meet with each other. We are here, you may be thinking, okay, what's the objective of the Muslim community? The reason we are here is there's so much fear of the unknown that we have about each other. And sometimes the fear of the unknown, it may create walls, it may create gaps, it may create suspicions and bias and hate and discrimination and violence sometimes. So, but we as humans, as neighbors, as we come together, God willing, I would say, that we can realize that there are so many things in common that we have. And building upon the commonalities, I can say by God's help, we can build better societies. Do you guys agree with that? Yeah? So before I continue, first and foremost, we need to thank our Creator. And secondly, there have been like literally tens and tens of volunteers from the sisters, from the brothers and the children and the youth who made this open house happen. So on behalf of all of us, let's give them a big round of applause. And not to stop up there, it's really important. You know, the weather is really good there. It's not 100 degrees or 90 or 80 degrees, right? Today it's like 70 something, I believe. The weather is good. And I was speaking to, Lucy and other guests who came over here. And they said, we want to learn. This is the very first time that we are coming. So you guys could have been there anywhere and shopping with family, with so many wonderful things, especially all of you, right? You could be somewhere else too. But God brought you over here. So on behalf of all the Muslims, we want to give a big round of applause to all of you, all the neighbors who came here.
Walaupun mereka bertugas dan sedang sibuk, 3 polisi tersebut meluangkan waktu untuk datang ke masjid belajar tentang Islam. Meskipun mereka mempunyai waktu luang, mereka bisa pergi berbelanja, jalan-jalan atau melakukan hal-hal yang indah dengan keluarga mereka. Tapi Allah telah memberikan mereka petunjuk dan yang telah menggerakkan hati mereka untuk datang ke masjid. Maha suci Allah yang maha kuasa atas segala sesuatu.
This question to our neighbors, our fellow Americans and people of other faiths. When do you think Muslims started to come and live here in the USA? Which decade or which century that you guys would say? Anyone from the guest? Take a shot. Take a shot.
16th century.
16th century. Is that the right answer?
I think
No.
that's less.
Hey, did you guys tell him that? Yeah? Okay, you're close enough. What if I tell you 1529 to be exact? Yeah, 5 centuries, right? So Muslims are living here in this wonderful, amazing country for the last 5 centuries. Living here as Americans, living here as Muslims, living here as fellow, your neighbors. Not only just living here, but making this country prosperous by dedicating with your sweat and blood and many, many resources. So according to New York Times, 1529 was the very first presence of Muslims in the USA. All right, second quiz question to all of you here, right? When the US won the independence, there were top 3 countries who supported United States of America. Can anyone recognize the very first country that supported United States of America right after when it won its independence? Ed, what would you say? What is your answer?
That's a good question. No, France is up there.
France is up there. It's not in the top 3, right? You can check with them. They have good teachers. Yeah? Yeah, Asif too.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Actually, there was no Saudi Arabia at that time, all right? Come on, brother Asif, okay? Don't give him long answers, man.
American education.
Yeah? Okay, we have someone raising the hand, yes.
Morocco.
Morocco, all right, you got the right answer. Very good. I hope you did not Google the answer, right? No? Okay. Can you imagine, of all the countries in the whole world, it was the country of Morocco, a Muslim country, that helped and supported United States of America. The second country was Netherlands, and the third country was the country of Mysore. It was one of the countries, now it is part of India. Out of the 3 top countries, 2 of them, they were the Muslim countries. So what I'm trying to show is, Muslims are part and parcel of supporting and giving our backs and being in the landscape of United States of America. So one more example of Muslim presence in the USA and the impact that Muslims are having. We can just look at the names, the top names of the baby boys. Every single year they have a list of the top names for baby boys. One of the top names of the baby boys right now in the United States of America is none other than the name Muhammad. Right? Surprised? Of all the names, look at it. It made as one of the top names. By the way, we have like maybe 100 people over here. How many of you are named Muhammad, either your first, second, or third name, right? All of you look at the back over there. These are all the Muhammad sitting. Half of the crowd is Muhammad, right? Look at it. In fact, in the UK, the top name in the whole UK for the baby boys is none other than the name Muhammad. In fact, the top name in the whole world is none other than the name Muhammad. Okay, one more question before I start a quick presentation. There are many, many miracles of Jesus mentioned in the New Testament, and also they are mentioned in the Qur'an. The guest over here, can you recall any miracle of Jesus which is mentioned in the Quran, not mentioned in the Bible? You can look at your teachers up there, right? Did you get over that answer or no? No, not that one? All right. Yes.
If we wipe out the white disease, just no way.
Good, very good. So Jesus, according to the Quran, so the brother is saying, the miracles of Jesus in the Quran is that he used to raise people from the dead. And also he used to heal the lepers, the blind, the sick. But the miracle I was looking for is one other miracle. Yes, the young sister over here, yes. Yeah, he spoke when he was a baby, right? Yes, that's the miracle I'm looking for. Yes, because according to the Bible, he also raised people from the dead. But according to the Quran, so here is the neat miracle of Jesus in the Quran, all right? So his mother was a virgin, and she was afraid that if she brings the baby out to her people, the people are going to accuse her of fornication, adultery, and immorality. She didn't have a choice. So she brought the baby Jesus out to her people, and they started to accuse her. How can you do something like that? Come on, Mary, how can you do something like that? I mean, how can she defend herself? There is no DNA test, no witnesses, right? It's a miracle. She was a virgin. At that point, she remained silent, and baby Jesus, he started to speak, right? He started to speak. And Alina and Lucy, you may be wondering, okay, what did he say, right? Am I hungry, or what did he say? He said, look at the verse. In chapter 19 of the Quran, verse number 30 and onwards, Jesus as a baby, he said that I am a servant of God. God made me a prophet, and God gave me a book, and God made me to be good to my mother and to pray and to give charity, and he continues. So that's a miracle of Jesus in the Quran, defending his mother, speaking, and also affirming his prophethood and his messengership. All right? So that's again one of the commonalities that we have as Muslims and as Christian brothers and sisters. By the way, a quick footnote is this. Anytime Jesus' miracle is mentioned in the Quran, in chapter 3, verse number 49, God is saying that it is by the power of God that those miracles are done. Just to make sure that people don't start worshiping a human, the focus of worship should be the Creator himself.
Maha suci Allah atas nikmat dan karunia-Nya yang telah memberikan kita petunjuk sehingga kita masih beriman sampai sekarang. Semoga Allah memberikan hidayah kepada teman-teman atau saudara dan keluarga kita atau orang-orang non-muslim di luar sana petunjuk, dan semoga kita selalu istiqomah dan terus berpegang teguh dengan apa yang telah diajarkan oleh Nabi kita, yaitu Nabi Muhammad SAW. Mungkin itu saja. Wallahu a'lam bissawab.